skiers from Merton, Wisconsin.
They always take pride in the theme of their show. This year, Boomtown Cinderella Western.
Wow. You gotta like it, Sam. You just gotta like it.
No, not so loud. You're going to get every day burned prairie dog this side of the Pecos running barefoot across that creek here to stake his own claim.
Uh-oh.
The gentleman with the pink hat band there is Paul Droz, the show director as well as the premier show announcer. He's got to control his motions when he sees something great out there, not to get overexcited as an announcer, Mark.
Well, Paul was telling me that the first 5 acts in the show are going to be the key to their success. His concern was if they start skiing well, they certainly can end it up.
A barefoot line. All of those gentlemen, without skis, they're skiing right on the bare feet.
Boat speed here is approximately 40 to 42 miles an hour, and they'll conclude with a front flip.
The Badgerland ski team, founded in the June of 1983. Their home site, Lake Kesis in Merton, Wisconsin, and the Fox River area as well.
In a previous conversation with Paul, he emphasized that swivel skiing is one of the strongest acts that they have in the show, and they're certainly featuring it here, and the judges will take notice. Now, this particular maneuver is called a flip turn into an arabesque.
Stepsister Miss Melanie.
And an over-the-head 360. These skis are approximately 10 inches wide. It's a classic ski, and the binding turns 360 degrees in both directions, which allows the girl to stay atop and the ski tracks straight. This particular young lady, her name is Joy Wiesehagel, and Joy performed for many years at Cypress Gardens. And again, she's another skier that has turned her vocation into an avocation. Now, these are called toe turns. It frees the hands to perform graceful arm ballet.
Mark, I should think, too, that it puts a big emphasis on that boat driver to make it nice and steady for those swivel skiers.
Well, these girls will ski at approximately 13 to 14 miles an hour, and a steady hand on the throttle is a key. Also, the patterns which they're performing are called dog bones, and it dissipates the water and provides a very calm area for these girls to ski in.
She is riding on her opposite leg.
Now, with Joy's foot in the handle there, that rope goes to a release in the boat, and very similar to doubles. In the event of a fall, especially in that back position, the release person will pull the release, and Joy will drop into the water very safely. Now, these are called over-the-head 360s.
Getting riding lessons from her very
and one hand over the head 360s, done very nicely. You can see why they feature the swivel skiing in this particular show.
Watch now as the gals come riding in. They're gonna be splitting their time between the two fellas.
Now, this is 4 sets of trio.
Stars,
2 guys pulled along by a harness, and then girls will perform various lifts, maneuvers, and postures atop the guys. Again, very similar to ice skating, only they have the advantage of another gentleman at the bottom.
And of course, why, we're gonna get all those sets of twosomes to join together. Riding into the hoedown, square sets of 4, double adagio trios.
Okay, now here's a variation art, and this allows them the flexibility of performing all sorts of different maneuvers, and variety is a real key to show skiing. Innovation, new moves, new postures.
You can certainly see, Mark, why the Badgerland folks really are gunning for the title. They feel they have a good shot at it.
Well, one of the things they're emphasizing this year is the numbers, but they certainly have the difficulty in the expert skiers like Bill and Yolanda here doing the doubles. Now, the Aqua Ballet, they've put 17 skiers on the water. Again, doing toe turns here. The circular pattern, as opposed to a straight pattern, makes it even more difficult for these girls to maintain their spacing because the centrifugal force wants to force them to the outside. But they'll rehearse this particular routine many, many times on land, and then they'll go out in the water and literally practice for 15, 20 minutes.
They're drawing their guns and they are taking dead aim at fitting their foot in that cowboy boot. Let's swing them back around, shall we?
A good-looking show line.
Well, it's important to note, Art, that the distance between the skiers and the boat here is critical. If the ropes are too short, the outside girls will be skiing in the wakes. If it's too long, the ropes have a tendency to sag, and the response between the girls and the boat is very, very difficult here. So the landing is a very critical part, too. A bit of a stumble, but all in all, a very nice performance.
We'll have more from the Badgerland show coming up.
Isn't that just one?
Welcome back to the Diet Pepsi National Show Ski Championships. Representing the Wonder Lake team, Jim Aberle. He's 12 years old and the 1989 Junior Boys Midwest Champion barefooter.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's new kid Jim.
A kneeboarder representing the Aquanut water ski shows. Kneeboarding is one of the fastest growing sports disciplines in the American Water Ski Association, and performing a front flip just beautifully.
And from that organization, Linda Engel. Badgerland show right now for the second half performance. And this is the jumping portion, Mark.
A triple helicopter, 18 feet of skis off a 14-foot wide jump.
The Badgerland team takes pride in their teamwork, not featuring any individual stars, but when it comes down to some jumping, oh, this is a good one.
Well, they've really worked at polishing their acts and increasing the degree of difficulty, like we saw there in that back layout gainer. Now, here's an act where it's very important to be proficient at your particular spot, your particular maneuver, before you go out and try it as a group. This act here, now, the double helicopter front flip split, and the one skier got tangled. He tangled his skis behind the other skier, and he resulted in a fall.
All four of them fellas gonna unwrap.
Now, a four-man helicopter coming up with the outside skier cutting underneath. He has to dig hard, get his speed up, otherwise the other skiers are going to land on him, and he does so just beautifully.
Great move.
He really has to remain focused all the way through that cut.
In preparation for the Nationals, this team gave 2.5-hour shows per week, plus an added 6 hours per week in rehearsing all their acts.
Let's try it on one more time. This one should be just right. No, that is not fitting either.
An interesting thing to note here, Art, is Badgerland has skied at this site many, many times before. And you can tell by the way their boat patterns provide calm water for all skiers in each and every pattern.
Here comes Deputy Dog.
Got to make sure your dentures are in tight now.
Mouth, Deputy Dog, or we're going to have to send you to the vet.
Look at that act.
Now watch Deputy Dog as he spins.
Let's move into the grace and beauty of doubles. Now, this is a 360. In a rather unique posture, the girl's leg is elevated all the way around to the front. Now he'll turn it back around to the back and into a drape handstand. Now, that's a new one for amateur show skiing, and this particular couple does a very good job of it. 3 couples, drape handstand.
She has seized her golden opportunity.
Now, the key for the guy skier here is to keep his arm locked close to the head. And of course, trust is very important here. Now, in doubles, you can use a cadence such as 1, 2, 3, and make the transition into your final posture. Very similar to ice skating. However, in ice skating, you don't have the opportunity to verbally call your cadence like you do in water skiing.
Nice shot, Clem. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
My favorite hat.
My favorite coach driver.
My nuggets. Hey, my nuggets. That's getting a little personal. I'm out of here.
Oh my! Taking dead aim. Deputy Dog, you are either a good shot or he is awful lucky. Wait a minute, he's fixing to make a clean getaway. Why? Deputy Dog, put your nose to the ground and track him down. Ah!
There goes Deputy Dog, a barefooter in the backward position.
That's called a flying back dock start. You literally drag on your face and your chest until you put your plant your feet into the stand-up position.
What do your feet feel like in this this barefooting action, Mark?
Well, it's really like putting a garden hose to the bottom of your foot. It's a almost a tingling sensation, and a front to back into a nice landing there. Now, just taking a look at their skis, you can tell these skiers are somewhat nervous. They're kind of shuffling them back and forth, and this is going to be a real key act for the Badgerland skiers. If they put this act together, they will certainly put the pressure on the Rock Aquajays, which are coming up next, and they are the 1989 National Show Ski Champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, look
Well, this
out there.
pyramid is certainly effective as far as emotion of the crowd is concerned, but it's also essential for valuable points for Badgerland. Badgerland winning the Wisconsin State Championship, and they would love to dethrone the national champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 12 gals.
Building the pyramid is the epitome of teamwork in show skiing, and that's what really separates show skiing from the other sports disciplines. It takes a group effort from the driver in the boat, making sure that the speed is correct, that the pattern is correct, to all the skiers from the very top girl to the bottom guys. It takes a group effort.
Oh, she's feeling good right now up on top.
It's a boom town.
Look at how high she is, Mark.
Generally speaking, she's about 20 feet in the air.
It's a Cinderella Western.
Well, the pressure now is certainly on the defending champions, as Badgerland has done a magnificent job here at the Show Nationals.
Hi, I'm Sandy McKee. We've moved, and now we're bigger and better than we were before.
We've increased our already large inventory of brand new Chrysler and Plymouth cars, Dodge trucks,